What's up, guys? It's Lord Botha here with another video, and Tom Hanks' film Here has released in theaters, and to no one's real shock, it didn't do well. So maybe it's time for us to talk about both the death of the movie star as well as the death of the dramatic film experience. This comes to us from Deadline. Here misfires with $5 million. Robert Zemeckis says theatrical movie business is in a stressful situation right now. What happened with Forrest Gump reteam at the box office? Robert Zemeckis, in his latest movie, the $50 million Miramax financed and Sony released Here, which brings back together the Gump gang of Tom Hanks, Robin Wright, and scribe Eric Roth, as well as Zemeckis himself, was a situation of technology outshining the story. Critics deep six the multi-generation family drama, which takes place in one location throughout time at a fixed angle with a 36% rotten, while audiences weren't any better with a B- cinema score and an audience score of 69% on post-track. It's no wonder that the movie opened to $5 million, and it's an unfortunate box office streak for the once blockbuster, mass-appealing, Back to the Future, Oscar-winning Forrest Gump director, and his most recent bombs being Welcome to Marwen and The Walk, titles which also saw technology trump story. Here was fastidious in its fixed-angle drama, but also it lacked the warmth and humor of Forrest Gump. Hanks and Wright's couple in this movie were mired in a dead-end marriage and middle-class problems, not exactly cinematic escapist fare. So here's the problem with all this. Whether it's Robert Zemeckis and his well-known films like Forrest Gump, or someone like Ridley Scott, known for Gladiator and Blade Runner as well as many other films, the truth is that these are directors that are out of their era, past their prime. Robert Zemeckis had this flop here as well as others. Ridley Scott most recently had that god-awful Napoleon movie, which I wanted to like so bad, but it was just bad, man. These directors, these filmmakers don't quite seem to understand. Audiences aren't wanting to go to the theaters right now to see technological marvels, especially when it's historical film that's supposed to have, historical accuracies. Talking to you, Ridley Scott, again. And kind of what the article mentioned there, escapism, right? The world currently is filled with a lot of social, political, and economic strife. Far more than the 1980s and 90s when these directors were hitting their stride, putting hit out after hit. This is the reason why cinematic universes like the MCU did so well. They told a large, grand story that was epic in scope, but also had characters that you related to and inspired hope. They gave us action that wowed us. They gave us comedy that made us chuckle. They gave us romance that we could believe in and sacrifices we could appreciate. It's why the whole cinematic universe did so well. Until now, that is, where they kind of abandoned that whole idea for formulaic industrial trash, which is the other problem with the current state of Hollywood. Another problem with these films is that they rely so much on star power, and the age of the movie star is gone, especially movie stars that are as aging as these directors. Tom Hanks doesn't draw people into the theaters anymore. Tom Hanks was the movie star of your mom and your grandma, just as George Clooney was the movie star of your mom and your grandma. Even someone like Brad Pitt is the star of your mom now. He's not the star of the current audience. In some ways, they would have been better off getting unknowns to do this film. At least they could present the film as something more artistic and nuanced, rather than some just technological gimmick that they put well-known stars in. And these stars, they're not stars anymore because everybody knows them. They know their life, their politics, their social, economic beliefs, everything. Because social media has let us know it. Social media has killed the movie star. And relying on that star power that doesn't exist anymore to sell tickets just isn't going to do it. So even though this film, on its face, seems innovative, what it actually is an aging gimmicky idea from an aging gimmicky director featuring aging gimmicky actors who audiences have moved on from. And there are several other problems with Hollywood. But this one right here, this is a big one. And until movie studios figure out that it's a big one, we're going to continue to see these artistic drama comedy picks be released and continue to fail. But those are just my thoughts on all this. If you have your own thoughts, go ahead and leave them in the comments. If you like this video, go ahead and like, share, and subscribe. If you didn't like this video, I appreciate you watching all of it. We'll talk to you again later.